Yeah, kind of early. Welcome. Welcome. How you doing, Brainy? Yeah, kind of early tonight. Yeah, I know. But yeah, unfortunately tonight I have to work later on, so yeah, I have to go a little bit earlier because, well, duty calls, have things to do later on in the night. Yeah, how's that possible that you're gonna be working later on in the night? Well, yeah, these are students from China, so therefore I have to get ready for them. Yeah, how you doing? So yeah, that's why tonight we are going live a little bit earlier than usual. Hey Cyber, how you doing? Oh well, don't worry about it, it's all good. So yeah, tonight, as I was mentioning, just going a little bit earlier because I have work to do tonight. So a little gotta be doing some of these one earlier, and then we'll continue doing this maybe the next time. You've seen better days. What's wrong with you? That doesn't sound nice. No, the echo wasn't even half bad. I couldn't even hear anything during the broadcasting, but I don't know. Anyways, so what's wrong with you? What's happening? Oh shit, what happened to the rest of the stage? I messed up big time. Give me a little moment. Need to check out the measurements. $15.36. The theme of Goki. I am not really a fan of Goki whatsoever, but it's a great theme. Yeah, I never liked Goki. I'm stuck at my mom's house. I don't feel like I'm living with a parent instead. I feel like a boomer who hates his wife under house arrest. Oh man. Well, I have to say that sometimes situation with family happens, right? I mean, when I don't know, it's complicated. Dealing with family, with relatives, it's kind of hard. I mean, even I see these issues myself sometimes now that I am chilling with my parents. I already lived abroad before this and it was good. So, but then since before the pandemic, came back to Mexico, and I am with them as we speak. But I tried, it's been, at least on my case, I've tried to make it the best of it. A very good relationship with them. It's complicated. I mean, in general, you are used to have a lifestyle of freedom, to do things as you want. It's very, very common that you get and then when you go back home, you have to get back to the rules. You know, this is regular. This is very normal. This is something that, especially anyone who has been independent for such a long time, can be some problems sometimes. I mean, for me, it's fine. I mean, I choose to be here because, well, you know, I haven't seen my parents in 17 years. I haven't seen them in a very long while. So for me, it's always good to be with them again. So I feel good with them. I mean, I feel comfortable. Although I have to say that perhaps in a not so far future, I will have to go and say goodbye. Because, well, that's how it goes. I either find another place here in Mexico City because I want to do other endeavors. Either that, or go to another country. So this is one of the things that I am looking forward as well. You know, I like to live outside. I like to live abroad. But yeah, it's going back to the nest is difficult. I thought you were going to have a holiday. I thought I guess you told us last time that you were going to have a little vacation or something. Or perhaps I understood wrong. Oh, by the way, people, for all my audience, Romeo already went out and made the scroll. I mean, made some experiments with he already made some experiments with the stage that we built yesterday, and it looks good. It looks great. It looks fantastic. So yeah, Romy already mounted it. I put a little test on it, and it looks hot. That much I can tell you. It looks fantastic. So yeah, I guess we're going to have a winner for this one. This is just a placeholder because of course I want to put this, and then I'm gonna put an extra bush at the top. But it is. There's just a placeholder to put the bushes. But yeah, don't worry about it, Cyber. I don't know how it's going to be from your end or whatever, or perhaps none of my business. But please just stay strong, be a little bit more patient, right? And I don't know for what's worth. Yeah, it's dealing with parents is not easy. It's that much I can tell you. Especially when you're already a functioning adult doing things your way and whatnot. Yeah, it's not an easy thing. But chin up. You might have time to make plans or start to do talks for something else in the future. So yeah, that also can work out later. But yeah, chin up, no worries. I know it's perhaps very cold comfort and not coming off of that way, but sometimes we just have to hold for a little bit before we move on. I don't know, sorry, and I don't know if I could be so much of a help. But yeah, for someone who is right now also living with his parents for a while, although in my case it's for my own volition, and yeah, try to make the best of it. I don't know how's your relationship with your family, but they say there's a point that you're gonna be missing them as fuck. One of the reasons I'm living here actually is because I don't want to miss them if they are gone. Right? Hopefully not so in a very near future, but definitely I don't want to miss them immediately. I want to spend more time with them. I want to talk to them more. I want to be with my moms. Also, it's been a very good time with me, with my dad. With my dad, it's been a little bit hard. My dad is a very difficult person. I mean, he's a good man. Of course, he's a great man. But he's a very, how can I say, difficult character. His personality is very old school. A lot of things he doesn't tolerate. He likes to make a fuss pretty much for anything, right? And but still, without a question, I feel good when he's around. I mean, now that we are able to catch up after so many years, because when I was younger, I actually didn't have a chance to spend more time with him because he was working all the time, and he used to work very far from home, as in very far. So even commuting on the way home was a very big chore. So yeah, but we basically come out. He was tired. He didn't have too much time to, deal with me and with family. I'm tired. Sometimes on weekends we hang out, and when we were having a very good time. But also sometimes because he had a very bad temper, sometimes we clashed because I also have a very terrible temper. And but this is natural. This is family issues that happened even in the best of families. But even in spite of that, now that he's retired, that I am back and we're catching up since the days of the pandemic, it's been good. It's been good. Yeah, you ain't in a life-threatening situation. As I said, sometimes some parents sometimes are not. Sometimes they are not very cooperative either, right? So they have sometimes very specific personalities. So we have no other choice but to cope. I don't know how young or how old is your mom's, but sometimes generation gaps can be big, right? So, for example, me, I am an Xer. I'm a Gen X of the last generation, of the last ones. My parents are definitely boomers, as in 100% boomers. And yes, as you may notice, the differences, especially between boomers and Gen X's, is abysmal. Imagine now millennials or centennials. Difference. Generational gaps is even particularly bigger on that one. So chin up, man. You will be fine. Don't worry. You're in a life-threatening situation. It's just a little bit of patience. Like I said, there will be a time. There will be a time that you're gonna miss them. You're gonna miss them a lot. Your moms or siblings, whatever. Perhaps not right now, but yeah, there will be the moment then when you are going to be missing them. Trust me on that. It will happen. Eventually, it will happen. Perhaps not now, though. Other than right now, I'm just speaking off my mind. I don't know. Perhaps I don't know the situation. Most likely, I don't. But it's for sure that, that things change. So sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad. They do. Most things. Try to get along, I don't know, talk to them for a little bit. She's a Gen X like me, yeah, you're a Z. Yeah, so... We Gen X's aren't as half bad, just that much I can tell you. Many people will say, oh my gosh, you Gen X's are... No, we are one of the coolest generations in some ways. I mean... we were a lot of revolutionaries as well. We had a lot of things going on for us. But anyway, try to get along. Let's see. I don't know what's going on, but try at least give a try. At least give a shot. Who knows? Maybe it's worthy, maybe not, but give it a shot. Trust me. Sometimes we just need to have a little bit more empathy. Tell her also what's bothering you, what's not making you feel comfortable. See if you guys can be in a, you know, in common ground. Communication is necessary. Is there anyone else besides your moms at home? Okay, there you go. There's the bush isolated. Alright. So we have a foreground, people. It's fully isolated, so now we have a foreground. Maybe need to extend this a little bit down. I mean, the screen won't show this, but probably it will. Sometimes when you know how to move the screen in some ways. I mean, I have seen cases where definitely you can let see things. So we're gonna move in a little bit more of that. But yeah, soon we'll go to Cali, you'll start your own life. Make the best of it. Make the best of it. That much I can tell you. Make the best of it. My older brother, but he's very busy. Everyone else is in Cali. So you don't mind sharing what's your plan? What do you plan to do in Cali? You start over your life there, or my mom and I get along for the most part. I'm just really bored of her because she's not very relatable. Well, then go and hang out with friends. I don't know what else I can say. Oh, I mean, I don't know. As I said, I don't want to step out of line. Anybody knows what's going on, but I have to say, perhaps, you know, she's not there to entertain you, though. I mean, you're gonna get bored of her. Is like saying, like, if it's part of her job to keep you entertained or something, but like, I don't know if it's like this. Perhaps I'm out of line, and I apologize if it's like this. But, you know, she might have things to do with her life, and you do have things in your life. You just need to learn to separate yourself in those ways. But yeah, I mean, you have to be a little bit more tolerant than that, though. You know, she has things to do with her life. I mean, but you cannot just like, well, you know what? Yeah, it's her job to keep me entertained. Like, hey, no. She's not relatable. Well, there's the gap, the difference of generation gaps. There's things who are a little bit more different. But yeah, I mean, she has to continue with things she does in life. That's how it is. This is what happens when we all grow up in ways, right? As I said, I don't want to step on toes. If I do, I really apologize. But yeah, I mean, she's not there to entertain you. And like, you're bored of her? Well, you know, I mean, this is what happens when you live with relatives. It's like, imagine I would get bored of my mom's because I'm not relative, or with my own dad, right? Okay, fair enough. You could provide more content, but regardless, I mean, you can just continue doing your thing. You know what I mean? If it's too much, just do your thing. Continue doing your thing. Continue doing your stuff. And yeah, when it's time to go, just go, and that's it. But yeah, don't beat your head over it. Don't beat your head over it. There will be the time you're gonna be moving on soon, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. But yeah, it's like not everyone in the areas you have to be living. I mean, I personally, when I live on my own, when I have to do this, I rather live alone. I like to live alone. I have to have my own space, my own dogs, my own rules. You know what I mean? I like to live more like that. But especially when I start to live abroad, I had to learn to suck it up and, you know, deal with roommates. And I mean, it's even a little bit worse than being with family because they're completely strangers. And I mean, there you either choose just to still live there with them, or just to move out from that apartment, right? But if you can't for some reason, yeah, I mean, you're still young, you still have the world ahead of you. But if one thing it might come in handy, and that much I can tell you, because I mean, from a man who has lived abroad for so many years, you have to have a very open mind. You have to be extremely tolerant for things. I mean, Cali, it's a world of its own. You may know as American. Even though I've never been there, I understand a lot of the California culture. And yeah, I know that. It's like, well, how's that possible? You've never been on the States? Yeah. I don't know. Never had the chance. But it does happen this. California, it's a world on itself. Cali is a world on itself. Has some very interesting lifestyles that are even very different from the average American. They see things from other completely new perspective. So you might be in for a lot of clashes. You will be taking care of a lot of people. You will be dealing with with different personalities, different lifestyles, and for good or for bad, this might change things, put things on perspective. So yeah, you're going to be having a very good time. When you learn to be an expat, or a stranger in a strange land. I mean, it's not an expat. I mean, it's still America, it's still the U.S. But you either learn to live and adapt yourself at the fullest, or you're gonna be having a very bad time. I met a lot of expats during this life. I mean, other foreigners who wanted to make a living there, and for them was a lot of difficult because they were trying to adapt to the lifestyles of new people, and yeah, they were in this cultural shock. There is culture shock, of course. I mean, abroad, even more evident, more marked than you do in that. But you will be surprised once again how different could be the lifestyles of Americans in different areas. I mean, the U.S. is a big place. Yeah. So I guess best advice I can tell you is, make the best of it. Make the best of it. Make the very best of it. Learn a lot. Humble yourself for some things, or for the change. Adapt. Have fun. Especially have fun. Try to have fun. Having fun living abroad is essential. Or in another place, in another state. It's going to be interesting. So best of lucks. You're going to do fine. Just, I guess you can take, I don't know, I mean, as I said, I apologize if I step out of the line, but even dealing now with your moms, it's going to be an education. It's part of the educational bit, because you're going to be learning to be more patient, more tolerant to people with different personalities, right? Sometimes you might have to live with them. So I don't know, just my advice, learn to be tolerant. One thing is to be tolerant and also take shit, of course. So don't take shit from nobody. That's very given. I mean, if somebody pushes us down, yeah, no. That's definitely not the way. This is not the thing we want to do, you know. But if there's other things that can be tolerable, and like different like personalities and stuff, might not be as bad. Once again, if I'm stepping off the line, I apologize. So now, what I'm doing right now is doing that recoloring to make it on the Captain Commando style. I guess you could see already, because this is what we are going to use already from the develop stage. We want also to put a little bit of bushes and that are unmovable, because once again, when you do the scrolling, you will start to see very interesting things. So you have to go a little bit ahead from this. And that's the track of my Mexico stage. Well, good, but as I said, best of luck in your trip. I guess you're gonna have a great time. Good luck. You will be fine. You will be fine. Don't worry about it. Those rocks look strange. Okay, I guess I recolor even those rocks. I have to do a recoloring from other perspective, because this was the world perspective. Where's the original? Here's the original. Alright. Yeah, those rocks are different. So they were sharing colors. Yeah, they look kind of weird. Let's do something. The gray ones, we just paste them as they are. So it doesn't look too bad. Buenas humo, buenas noches, caballero, ¿cómo se encuentra usted? Bienvenido. Bienvenido, señor, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo andamos? Ryu. I still remember when someone in some movies they call Ryu. That was fucking pathetic. I hate that. This is Ryu. Like, fuck you. Learn how to say the name right. That was awful. I don't know if you watched the movie Street Fighter. They call it Ryu instead of Ryu. de 10. Yo, hermoso, como siempre. Aquí está en un escenario de nuevo. En una rata para ir a dormir. Este fin de semana lo vas a pasar relajado o qué? Ahorita han de ser medianoche, ¿no? Por allá. Ahorita es medianoche por allá. Puede ser medianoche por allá por donde andas ahorita, ¿verdad? Me recordó un poco al nuevo Shadow Warrior. Tiene un mapa así. Sí, tiene un mapa similar, de hecho. Ahorita este proyecto, más rápido, para un contexto rápido, esto es para un proyecto de Open Board, que es Street Fighter 89. Yo creo que ya habíamos había hablado de eso, había hecho algunos escenarios anteriores. Pero ahorita queremos hacer la casa del Ninja House del Captain Commando combinado con el escenario de Japón de Final Fight 2. Y aquí lo tenemos. Pero lo queremos hacer que se vea un poquito más CPS 2. Ah, vas a jugar fútbol mañana. Vientos, éxito. Vete a ganar. Conviértete en el nuevo Messi. Vas con Toño, éxito, va a ser un buen torneo, échale ganas, un buen juego, lo que quiera que hagas, pero échale ganas, va a estar bien. There you go. Hoy empezamos el directo un poquito temprano. Tengo trabajo al rato, tengo clase y bueno, pues, pero quería avanzarle un poco a este proyecto, entonces aquí estamos un ratito. Anyway, guys, yeah, let's see. Now the color's a little bit better. Oh, and these rocks in the border. I guess I don't want to change those colors. These grays and stuff are fun. Just only the wall, it's fine. Sí, porque es una clase en China. En China no está tan feriado todo como en Latinoamérica o en Estados Unidos o en todos lugares. Entonces, ahí, o sea, sí celebran un poco, pero no es tan grande la festividad como en estos lados. Entonces, pero cuando ellos empiezan el año nuevo chino, ahí sí, para que veas, esas sí son sus vacaciones y ahí no voy a tener nada de ese lado del charco. Ahí sí. Anyways, let's continue. El tema de Kyle. Sí, ahorita la mayoría de la gente ahorita están de vacaciones. De hecho, aquí también yo estoy empezando mis vacaciones. De hecho, la siguiente semana viajo. Voy a viajar, pero me voy a llevar mi laptop conmigo para seguir trabajando. Pero sí, se acercan vacaciones también de este lado. Yo quiero salir un rato, vamos a salir con la familia. Hacemos un pequeño viaje familiar. Entonces, sí, vamos a dar el rondín un poco. No, sí, es más claro, de hecho. Vamos a ver cómo se ven. Ok, todas las piedras. Mira, sin querer también voy a ir otra vez a Mérida. Otra vez a la ciudad de Mérida, Yucatán, donde estuve ahí un rato. El verano pasado estaba también allá. Vamos a estar, es un viaje familiar. Se va a poner bueno, es para relajarnos un poquito. Van a ser un poquito más de una semana, no es mucho. Yo generalmente cuando voy para allá me quedo más días. Yo generalmente paso unos, no sé, como un mes casi, pero ahorita no sé porque como ya reservan los boletos, de modo toca, ahora sí que como lo armaron ellos, ¿no? O sea, ahora sí que me están invitando el viaje, no le puedo decir que no. Salió baratísimo, estaba buena para la temporada. Lo único malo es voy a tener que lidiar con, ¿sabes?, familiares, cosas así. A ver, yo soy mucho de viajar solo. Mucho, yo prefiero viajar solo que acompañado, honestamente. Y viajando solito, pues me la paso mejor. Pero, pues, está bien también un rato. Convivencia familiar. O sea, que me va a poner hasta el culo tomando, eso tenlo por seguro. Pero bueno, a ver qué tal se pone. Mientras después de cruzando por delante. Así es. A ver si no están mezclados. Sí, están mezclados estos colores, pendejo. Bueno, ni modo. Está bien. Se ve bien, de hecho. Still looks good. Even though they're the same tone of colors, still fine. I guess it looks good with the Captain Commander colors. What time is it? Only 9:14. By 10 I gotta be calling it at night because I have work to do, but still. These doors I want to make them with a wooden style like this. So the chat suddenly went too quiet. What you guys up to? What you guys are doing? What are you guys doing right now? You guys went way too quiet. Qué calladitos andan todos. You don't know what else to talk about? So, well, right now what we are listening is this very great remix. Of course, one of my boys here, Beats. I guess you know this guy, 8 Beats VGM. So he's finally releasing the full soundtrack of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo all together. So this is freaking good. This soundtrack is amazing. So if you haven't had it now, give it a spin. As you can see, it sounds amazing. It sounds great. So this is what I wanted to use as background music now that we are doing a little bit of work. I'm gonna keep it dark on this part, in this, because also they got corrupted. Which one? Okay, so here comes a question for you guys. Which one of the Super Street Fighter themes is your favorite? ¿Estás viciando a algo en estos días jugando? Sí, fíjate que ahorita estoy jugando Judgment, que es una de las series de los Yakuza. Increíble juego, buenísimo, me lo estoy pasando muy bien, es un juegazazazazo. Estoy jugando ahorita mucho los Judgment, entonces ahorita estoy con... De hecho ya, como ese juego ya había tardado muchísimo en salir en PC. No querían sacar el juego en PC, de hecho. Entonces, salió hace poco y también salió Lost Judgment, que es su secuela, que está de no mames, los dos están increíbles. Y ahorita es lo que he estado jugando bastante y está... es una serie increíble. Es como ahorita la serie de Yakuza se metió muchísimo del lado del RPG con Like a Dragon. Ahorita el Judgment le siguió con el lado del beat'em up. Es el género que me gusta. Really never played Street Fighter other than 5? Well, yeah, I'm not gonna blame you. For me, Street Fighter... Well, I saw the very first Street Fighter. I'm talking about the first one. I mean, Street Fighter 1 in the arcades in 1987. I was a kid. I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, this thing is awesome! And yeah, it was. I fell in love with it. Ah, no, es increíble, es un juegazo. Si te gustan los beat'em ups, juégalo, es una maravilla de juego, la verdad. Es mucho más técnico, le sigue la línea, está divertido también. Y Lost Judgment, su secuela, no canta tampoco tan mal las rancheras, está muy bien hecho igual. De hecho, es mucho mejorado en todos los aspectos. Es una historia interesante. Sí, yo creo que te va a gustar bastante. Cuando tengan la oportunidad, bájalo. O sea, si estás jugando en PC, juégalo ahí con en Steam ahorita. Yo creo que todavía hay creo que todavía hay descuento, creo. Si no, pues ahí está. No son juegos súper caros, son caros, pero no brutalmente caros. Entonces, chécalo, igual. Yo creo que te va a gustar los dos, o sea, Judgment y Lost Judgment. Juegos de mucha historia, muy están buenos, la verdad, valen la pena en todos los aspectos. Dale una checadita si puedes. ¿Y tú qué andas viciando? ¿Qué andas viciando, che? Todo aumenta al día, no me digas, ¿no? Y sí, y se pone peor, va a estar peor la cosa, créeme. No sé cómo voy a estar en Argentina, pero aquí en México también ya están subiendo los precios más y más y más y más. Es el pan de nuestro de cada día. Siempre todo se hace más caro. Ah, que la chingada. Pero bueno, sí pasa cuando sucede. Hoy empecé el SCOM. Ah, órale, ¿qué tal está? ¿Qué tal? Sí, jala, sí está chido. I love this track. Sangief's team. It's pretty cool. There was a better remix from the original. I guess we already made the analysis in one of the past streams. Está re loco el juego, lo bueno es que no somos en la televisión de a dónde ir con todos los juegos. Ah, órale. O sea, no te lleva tanto de la manita. Yo creo que mucha gente se ha quejado de ello, de que ahorita muchos juegos te llevan de la manita para todo, ¿no? De que haz esto, tío. O cuando quieres hacer cosas con más libertad o con más movimiento, ahora sí que con más libertad de movimiento o algo más creativo, te restringen mucho. Pero eso pasa mucho ahorita en juegos, porque también se debe que hay mucho jugador mediocre. También hay mucho jugador mediocre que no quiere, pues que no quieren, o sea, que quieren que los lleven de la manita. Y pues como los desarrolladores también le quieren dar a los casuales, pues también le ponen los solapan demasiado. Escucha, Alien. Sí. A mí me encantan los Alien. Los Alien son muy buenos juegos. Dame un segundito, señores. Give me a little moment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna check out a couple of things. I mean, I was still here. Just I need to just check some audios. Just don't go away. I mean, say that suddenly I got so quiet. Just give me a few minutes, please. Hey, thank you guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about this. Just I was having a. Oh my god! I closed the page accidentally. Fuck. Please. I don't. There you go. Okay. That was a scare. You know, if this could be the Photoshop of the old days, I would be fucked, as in completely, totally, and absolutely fucked, because in the old Photoshops, if you close and didn't save, you're D-O-N-E fucked. But no, it didn't. Qué bueno que... Te vi que para demostrar las acciones, pero tengo donde tienes que ir o hacer. Sí, eso es muy bueno. A mí me gusta cuando un juego también te permite hacer. Y además de que también puedas hacer otras misiones, o sea, las misiones, otras cosas, con más creatividad, ¿no? O sea, que puedas hacer otra forma. Eso ayuda mucho al gaming en general. Pero sí es. Ahorita mucho jueguito te lleva de la manita. Mucho jueguito te lleva de la manita, y no te permite ser tan, muy creativo. Pasaba. To quote Anthony for Smash, I forgot to say. I always forget to say. Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, I fucking hate this. Tienes que avanzar nomás. Ah, bueno. Well, anyway, I'm almost done with this bit anyways. Oh shit, no, it didn't save the cut I was doing right now. Fuck me. Oh well, I can do this anyway. I can do it fast again. No, es que no te premios, o sea, tienes que pensar más. Pero sí, a mí me gusta mucho, a mí me gusta cuando los juegos, tienen más libertad. Me acuerdo de los primeros GTA, sobre todo del GTA 3 en adelante, que tenías también mucha libertad de moverte como quisieras, ¿no? De hacer las misiones de diferentes formas. De hecho, por eso muchos speedrunners hacen cada maravilla. Y ¿por qué? Porque hacen cosas creativas, o sea, hacen cosas a veces que van más allá, que salen que salen fuera de la caja, ¿no? O sea, que lo hacen de una forma muy, muy creativa y diferente, y lo hacen más rápido o trucos, ¿no? Pero hay juegos que son... Hay juegos que son demasiado lineales. Fuck. So, well, anyway, just now got a call, and actually that was a call. What was the call about? I mean, that I had to mute the microphone a little bit. It seems my class on the evening is going to be cancelled, so I might be sticking with you guys a little bit longer. Perhaps I can advance in more projects while I am at it. Me llama la atención. Ninja House. Ay, Dios mío, me dio hipo. But anyways, es good. Qué bueno que estén acá ahorita perdiendo. ¿Y apenas se quedas empezando el juego o ya llevas un rato avanzado? ¿Ya le avanzaste mucho al juego o vas apenas empezando? Una hora le di paso por el medio que comer. ¿Y es muy corto o es bastante largo? La verdad no he visto el juego, entonces realmente no sé ahorita cómo esté. ¿Es muy largo? ¿Está cortito? ¿Cómo está? ¿Qué tal está el juego de largo? Any advice for SORmaker? What are some mistakes you made when you wanted to avoid? As in mistakes. Keep your layers clean. And this is one of the best advice. That's one of the best advice I can tell you. Keep your assets as clean as possible. What I mean clean, I mean that they clean scrollers, The pixels are in native color, in native resolution. That's, I guess, is one of the best advice I can tell you. I mean, you saw, I mean, if you happen to see the very first presentation of Hunter, it was a mess. Many people still love it for some reason. I don't. I mean, I saw the first version of Hunter, is like, really cringe. Like, no, I mean, the very horrible resolution. No, it's not definitely one of, I mean, it's not the best stuff that I ever done. So this is what I got, the definitive edition, now with a little bit more experience, have, you know, better, cleaner backgrounds, cleaner layers. But yeah, no, the first version of Hunter was shit. Well, I mean, for my standards now, yeah, it is. So yeah, best, I guess the best advice I can tell you in that point is clean assets. Try to keep your assets as clean as possible. The cleaner, the better. That's the best advice I can tell you. Keep your assets clean, and you will do, I mean, it will look better. Hey! Also too, keep your assets, no assets, but your assets clean. Definitely, that's another very good advice. Dino! There he goes. Herbie's in the house too. He was Nintendo Switch when I was looking at my phone. Alright, no, doesn't have to, I mean. The reason I am here anyway, I was a little bit earlier because I was supposed to have a class, but I just got a message just now and got cancelled. So this is the reason I'm here. Do not touch Willy. Good advice. Guys, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Jesus Christ. Guys, keep it family friendly. Remember, we got minors here. Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys will never learn. Fuck me. How you doing, big boys? Yeah, I've seen The Simpsons, of course I watch. Yeah, indeed. Pues tú diviértete, Sumo. Si está el juego bueno, tú date, vas con Toño. Ahora sí que juégalo bien, date todo lo que puedas, aprende lo que tengas que aprender y pues, ya dices, ¿no? O igual checa alguna guías del juego para ver cómo está y ve qué tan largo es, o a menos que no quieras spoilers, porque pues, bueno, no. Pero si no, pues sí, cálalo, chécalo a ver qué tal está. Today the music is Super Street Fighter 2, as you can hear. And nobody with the hand of 8-bit video game. Just got off work, ready to sleep. Well, at least you dropped by a little bit to say hi. That's good, at least just to drop by. I'll come over. It seems now Rain is quite quiet. Probably he's doing also some stage design. I know he does sometimes. So yeah, what I'm working right now is some of this. This is the interior of the Ninja house, which, as you can tell, there's a huge influence of I mean, this is already Final Fight to Japan, right? Like, it's gonna be there. We're just playing Splatoon 3, also Smash Bros, Mario Kart, Mario Odyssey. You know what? I will be honest with you guys. I still don't feel the urge to get me a Switch. Perhaps the only reason I might get me a Switch would be for the only reason I might get me a Switch would be for the Ninja Warriors, the remake of Ninja Warriors, which is fucking sex. Besides that, never. I really don't feel the Switch has the games I want. Let me save this before any other errors happen, because I fucked up royally. Save as. This it's not. I am a genius. I wasn't even saved. So it's gonna be Ninja House Inside 1. It wasn't even recovered, motherfucker. Well, anyway. But no, or maybe Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 is beautiful. One of my nephews has it, and the game is fun. The game is beautiful. It's fun. It's nice. And I whoop his ass as well. I have a natural affinity with Mario Kart, and even in the Nintendo 64 days, or in the Nintendo Switch days, I will whoop your sorry ass. So, and if you don't believe it, let me get a Switch of my nephew and give it a go. You're not really a fan of Zelda either. I will be honest, the only Zelda that I actually loved, as in completely loved, was the Super NES version. A Link to the Past, for me, is the best Zelda ever. It's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful games ever released. And you may or you may not agree with me. I don't give a fuck if you do. But I know for sure it's one of the greatest games of all time. Now, I never had the chance to play the N64. I gave up Nintendo. I completely gave up Nintendo from the Nintendo 64 days onwards. They stopped being cool for me. Even though I was one of the ones who were like, yeah, Nintendo's always so cool. I guess by that time I already realized that the best games were always on the PlayStation. Yeah, but the classic Zeldas, I mean the NES, the Super NES version is the best for me. It's, I still play it sometimes in emulation, far in between. So it's a great game. By the way, Cyber is not... It doesn't have mod powers. Let's rectify this. There he is. Because of course all the regulars are going to have powers now. There you go. Yeah, because of course I have my regulars, my loyal fans, which are all of you. I really appreciate this. Thank you. So this is going to be the interior of the Ninja house. As you can see, there's not really big difference from the original one, but I'm gonna do a couple of changes. First change. I don't like these. I don't like this. This is part of the original one. You know, this clip part. I don't like it. Let's rectify. Yeah, there you go. Then the rest is clean. So this is what we're gonna do. Fortunately, this is soil. So this is not a problem. Let's respect the perspective. See what I told you? That even the professionals don't respect perspective. There you go. Suma también ya tiene poderes de moderación porque es fan de nuestro canal ya de tanto tiempo. Así es que ya puedes hacer y deshacer. Now you have the power. Yeah. That branch is that you are, you have moderator power, which means anyone else that comes here, if they misbehave, if they disrespect, and they're a mess on my channel, fortunately innocent, you have the power to kick their motherfucking asses. That's the beautiful thing of that. So yeah, go nuts in the nice way. Or else, of course, I will remove that from you. Llegó el lechero. Listo, Sumo, ya tienes el poder también. Ya tienes el gran poder de la moderación. Son los premios de la lealtad. These are the loyalty benefits. Not that my channel is a big deal, but who knows, maybe one day it will. Maybe one day sprite art will be something very, popular. And they will come to my channel, oh my god, look at that! So I'm just rambling. Okay, we have a little problem here. What we're gonna do? Patch it! There you go. As easy as 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, so what you guys are up to? Share with the channel, share with Uncle Vecta. What else you got been up to, kids? Come on, share. Tell me, you guys, how's been your weekend so far? Do you use a Smart FPG editor or anything similar? I use a Smart FPG sometimes. Sometimes I do. So yeah, I keep a couple of those things going on as well. But in general, I try to use just the regular one. But yeah, I still use any of those. Especially when some more advanced changes. Definitely, I go with Smart FPG. But for more advanced stuff. But in general, just use the regular one for mounting stages and stuff. Smart FPGs is still pretty good though. This is for the foreground, if you're asking what am I doing. Because I'm putting this together. There you go. See? There were my casino station. Oh yeah, as I was mentioning, guys, here my boy is doing a very sick casino. Maybe I can show it off later in the chat. I can show it off later in the next. I can show off this in the next little stream, because yeah, my boy is doing some really kick-ass work. Las Vegas! This is the best track of all the fucking Super Street Fighter soundtrack, and you cannot change my mind because this is the shit. I remember when I was a kid, I was so obsessed to go into Las Vegas just because I wanted to see the Golden Nugget. And now we have here one of our friends of the community who lives in Las Vegas. Of course, Las Vegas now doesn't look at all as if it was in Super Street Fighter or Street Fighter, but it still looks fantastic. There you go, now that we were talking about casinos, now you have your casino music there. There you go. See, now we have a proper foreground that is, that you can walk in front of it. You cannot imagine living in Vegas. There's a very good remixes of Vegas. I will show. I can, after we finish this sound, I can show you a couple of great tracks, remixes of Las Vegas. But I still stick with the ones in Super Street Fighter. I guess, I don't know, Dean can tell you how's living in Vegas, right? I'm pretty sure he can tell you a thing or two what it feels to live in Sun City, Vegas. You already went there, didn't ya, Herbs? Yeah, I remember they told me about that. But yeah, imagine when I was a kid, I always wanted to go to Vegas. I was like, oh my god, it looks so cool. Imagine the lights and the stuff and the casinos. It would be great to visit Vegas in the time when it was released again. I guess it could be friggin' cool. Weird coincidence, I went there in August 2019. So, Herbs, what do you think it could be, you cannot imagine living in Vegas? Tell us why. Share with us. Too much noise, too much horror, too much of too much? Why do you think it would be not so good? Too much of too much. Perhaps. Maybe when I was younger and wilder, wouldn't mind it. But now that I am definitely older and I want a more quiet lifestyle, most likely I wouldn't either. I guess if you live in the area of the Strip, most likely you will. It will be definitely crazier. Definitely crazier in all ways possible. Yeah, I guess if you go more into the suburban areas of Vegas, would be a little bit more quiet, most likely. Otherwise, I guess you would be in for some crazy time. Alright, I have to do something with these bamboo trees, because they're cut off, considering that it's not going to be the stage, but since this is another perspective, yes, I need to expand on those trees. Then I have to be taller, and a little bit taller than that. I don't know, Den just not here, but I'm young and still like a lot of loud noises. Yeah, sort of. Well, it depends, yeah. I guess it depends on personalities. A lot of personalities prefer something wilder, definitely more unhinged. So no Mike Bison stage 4, yeah. Yeah, but I can tell. I mean, it is no wonder that. But I think, yeah, Vegas could be a very unhinged place sometimes. No matter, I still love this track though. Trim this, I guess. I almost wanted Nintendo Switch in Vegas, but I didn't quite make it, unfortunately. Why? What happened? Now, España. With the best character in the game, which is Balrog. And with Balrog, I mean Claw. Oh, did I mention that I like to name the characters with their original names? Yes, I do. So for me, the Claw assassin with a mask, his name is Balrog, because that's his original name. I'm such a pedantic asshole, yes. But that's his name. And his name is Balrog. I don't care. The boxer is Mike Bison, because he is Mike Tyson. And dictator, his name is Vega. Yeah. That's it. I said it. That's how it is. I remember when I put any comments in some of these videos or something that it has Balrog in it, and I say, oh my god, Balrog is so cool, but there's no Balrog there. There is Balrog. No, I don't see the boxer. No, he's the guy with the mask. I know his name is Vega. No, his name is Balrog, actually. But I like this. Want me to prove you? Like, some people are so oblivious that actually has different names. I mean, the name switched. And it's like, kid, no, his name is also Balrog. Yeah, that's in Japan. But why did they change their name? Well, for copyright issues. Well, more than the stupid worries, they were thinking that Mike Tyson would be even give him a hard time if they use his name and likenesses. Funnily enough, Mike Tyson wasn't even aware of that not until several years later. So when they show him Mike Bison, Boxer, when they showed him Boxer, he's like, oh my god, this is so cool. No man, I wouldn't mind. He's like, I wouldn't mind if they use my name or likenesses. So perhaps if Tyson would have watched Street Fighter 2 before that, most likely they, even in the West world, we will have the original names unchanged. I was playing a Stockholm in arcade on the Red Rock Resort and ran out of money to keep playing. I was just one block away from winning the Switch. Fuck me. Damn. Too bad, too bad. It happens though. Alright people, so I guess we almost done with this part. At least the scroller, unless, well, right now Romeo is having a little of a hard time. He told me that some fuck faces were trying to scam him and his credit card. So now he's dealing with that. Such a bunch of assholes, really. So he's not coming to the stream. Yeah, some guys were using his credit cards, trying to steal money from him. I mean, they had him or something. So he's in the bank living with that shit. But yeah, that sucks. But right now I have to wait for his good. I mean, he approves of this. There you go. Te vas a hartar de pegar agua. Posiblemente. Muy posiblemente. Y así pasa cuando sucede. Pero ahí está. Mira, ya quedó el scroller. No, that's not good at all. That's really fucked up. No, that's not good at all. They really doing that. Well, you know, that's he's already doing the best of his life. You know, to get by. He's having a family, having a kid. So just having some motherfuckers go in and try to cheat his money. Yeah, that ain't cool at all. But yeah, I have to wait for him to come if he likes it as it is, or if he wants some changes. It's a mix. This, I mean, this whole stage is a mix of both the. So you guys to be the background, covering up this, and then just looping up this so they can be moving. This part is going to be static because, of course, otherwise will look very weird. So it doesn't matter right now. Yeah, it's just too. No, but give me a second. You won't see much of this anyway, just like bushes. Pues vamos a tratar de pegar agua, pues sí. Pues, ¿qué te digo? Son los gajes del oficio, señor. Es lo que uno tiene que hacer, es lo que es y es lo que hay. Esto es solo el fondo. Mientras no vuelva a cerrar la pantalla otra vez como lo hice, pendejo yo. Pero bueno, ya viste que me salvó la... Me salvó el autosave. Yo creo que si no me hubiera vuelto loco. ¡No mames! Y hubieran escuchado de mis berrinches. Ningún agua se sintió. No, ningún agua se sintió. No se ofendió a nadie. Y mucho menos a los elementales de agua. Ahí está. So this is how the gardens will look like. What do you guys think? Approved or not approved? I like the colors of the CPS style though. The colors looks pretty cool. Definitely an improvement. A las ventanas sí les podrías poner agua. Igual y sí. Y les ponemos agüita. Les echamos agüita, pero pues a ver qué onda. Ahorita vamos a ponerle un color sepia. So you may notice what I am using this color because when in open bore it's not like pure black. Pure black still managed to be pure black. So but on this game, I mean, it's the transparencies are incipient. Hey Dan, you're still here? Good. Good to have you here. So let's save this before anything happens. Side 1 scroller. Okay. Bosque. Okay, and the foreground. There you go. Another stage completed, people. Were there any YouTubers you like that suck now? Maybe some guys who do speed runs. I mean, they're still good, but for example, they happen to be way too annoying. Oh my god, what the fuck did I do? Sorry about that. There were some speedrunners that they're amazing. They're one of the best ones in whatever they do. but when they do the commentary, there are a bunch of obnoxious assholes, to be honest. So yeah, I even forgot their names, but it happens a lot that many of those guys become way too obnoxious when they are talking. You know, they start to grate the way they talk. And this is sometimes that a lot of stuff like speedruns or any other form of entertainment, I'd rather watch them with no commentary. Yeah, there's a couple of YouTubers who are like that, and they're like, meh. I like this much until the downfall 214 onward. I never know. I don't even know who Smosh is, to be honest. I mean, perhaps now I am making the criticism, right? I mean, like that. I mean, perhaps now that I am being myself a VTuber, a YouTuber myself. I mean, see me here. I don't know how obnoxious I can be with my commentary. But at least rest assured that I don't do the same crap like other videos that I will put your fucking banner in the middle of the video saying, come, like and subscribe, and comment. Oh, I hate that. I don't know, guys, but it's one of my pet peeves. When you see a video, you're watching, and then suddenly it comes this freaking banner that says subscribe, and they put you the stupid bell and stuff like this, and to make it even more obnoxious, they put the click into click, ding dong, hijo de la chingada. I hate those. Oh, you mean angry video game nerd? Hey, James Rolfe used to be cool. Well, at least by the time at the beginning, he has definitely. He was a great guy. I mean, I like him. I still like James. James is still a very cool guy for me. But I haven't seen his latest content, to be honest. I guess when he was the angry Nintendo nerd he was very unhinged. I mean, he got his character on point. I mean, especially, I don't know if you remember the Top Gun one. The Top Gun was hilarious. When he going, ass! Fuck! He got so mad. It cracked the fuck out of me. I mean, especially when he was starting to insult the game and saying all the nasty shit you could ever imagine to that video game. I was laughing my ass off. I mean, he had a lot of fun stuff. At least in those days. As I said, I haven't watched much of him recently. But yeah, at least in those days, he had a lot of fun. I like his Rocket Master System review. Back in the day, YouTube was definitely more lenient in the usage of other stuff. But now, since it's gonna incorporate bullcrap, I mean, you cannot even use a game that it has licensed music whatsoever. It's licensed fucking music inside the game. YouTube think we're doing this to profit from the music. Now, for example, let's say you happen to be playing a game of GTA that it has a lot of licensed music. And now, because this bullshit comes up, now you cannot play the fucking game. You have to, for example, if you play GTA, you have to turn down the music. Or the same. Yeah, that's a lot of bullshit, if you ask me. But yeah, I'm quite pissed off about how YouTube. I mean, back in the day, I'm talking about even the early 10,000. It was easier to put music in your channel or in the game that you were playing on, and then no problem. But now, since having all these stupid rules and copyright strikes and whatnot, It's ridiculous. Hell, even some of my mods, I have had to remove the. I mean, they got this copyright issues. So, even for, I mean, like, I cannot play Battle for Real anymore. Mr. Nightmare's Creepypasta era. Alright, yeah, that could be another one. Alright, I guess now it's more refined the stage. Let me save again. Save as. But yeah, definitely now it's a lot of bullshit. I mean, you cannot put stuff that it's unfair usage. I mean, you have to be fighting a lot of crap just to get the thing done. I mean, because they are bots. The bots are the ones. I mean, they're not human beings in control of this. The creepypasta era was good because some of them were very creative. Yes, definitely. Alright, so we have we just wrapped up a new stage. I guess it looks good as it is. Right, almost finished the stage in the same time it started this remix, which means I just been working for 142 minutes. Exactly when I started this remix, it was the time I finished the stage. Oh my god, I have another time record stage. Not that I didn't do much, I just do a recoloring, repositioning, little tweaks, and you know, I mean, it's not like for example the Coney Island one. And yeah, oh no, do not fuck with Nintendo. Nintendo is one of the most fucked up companies regarding content of their IPs. This is also one of the reasons I still dislike those motherfuckers. Yeah, fuck Nintendo. Really, I haven't even bothered to buy anything from them since the Super NES area, and I don't plan to do it. For me, they're a bunch of cunts. Even the Americans or the Japanese ones. Nintendo has been falling from grace since that, and Nintendo 64 days, so I don't really care for them anymore. They drop the ball. They have a very backwards mentality. They might have great IPs in a way. I mean, Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, whatnot. And I used to roll with them. I mean, as in, I used to have a Game Boy Advance, a Super NES. You know, the good old era, right? When they were the kings. They were making arcade ports. When they were, I mean, even with a couple of backwards mentality, but still were able to do some stuff. But from Nintendo 64 era onwards, I stopped giving a shit about them. I don't like this stuff. I don't like the way they work. I don't like the way they do their consoles. I don't like the politics, and I don't like the way they fuck up with the fans. They still have very backwards mentality. And yeah, for me, they can go on and eat a fat fucking cock. I don't care. The beautiful thing about being in YouTube until now, I don't know how it's gonna be in the future, is that I still can speak up my mind and don't be, censored like in Facebook. You say something like this, oh my gosh, this is going against our norms of community. I still can say that here, live, and with no censorship. Perhaps in the next years, if Google and YouTube start to be even more anal as Facebook it is now we cannot have freedom of speech or say anything regarding anything or any dirty word. Yeah, so even worse, right? Like, for example, the latest Pokemon was absolutely shit. The latest Pokemon scandal, I mean, we're seeing all the bugs and all the shit they did. It's like, man, that wasn't the Nintendo I used to met in the Super NES era. The Super NES era. Yeah, well, you grew up more with that. I grew up with the Super NES, which for me that was the golden time. The NES and the Super NES era for me were the true golden eras of Nintendo. Anything then since, for me, nah. They never saw a single penny from me since then. Or for my family, for instance. Yeah, the Pokemon was shit. And well, this Nintendo has done decision lately. If lately comes from since 1996, yes. They've been doing shit, but sorry about that. They've been doing shit since 1996. Since they started to work in Nintendo 64. Since then, they started to do shit with the decisions. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still great games in each and every of the consoles they have done. The 64 has some bangers, of course. The DS has, of course, and Nintendo DS, 3DS, Switch, even the Cube. I mean, all the consoles has a couple of bangers. But they don't have bangers enough to buy me the console, you know what I mean? I mean, I play them when I go to friends' houses or when I was working in the video game shop several years ago. I happened to test them, I happened to play with them, but there were not enough good titles for me to go and say, oh my gosh, you got to buy me a console. What decisions do Nintendo 64 had, you know, like, first of all, not going again, I mean, not supporting 3D parties anymore. Nintendo was, in that time, in the Super NES, they were willing to bring arcade ports all the time, all the way back to the Super NES. Of course, they were downwards, you know, a little bit back, But I mean, they tried their best to do their conversions. I mean, you can see Street Fighter. Even they did a Street Fighter 02. Street Fighter 02 for the Super NES was pushing everything the console had. But the decision was, no, fuck the third parties. I don't want to do that. You have to do exclusive content. And the 3D party support was minimal. Second, no more pixel work, no more 2Ds. There were very few 2D games in there. They were trying to do this 3D Nintendo 64. I hate them when them lied to us because they said that Nintendo 64 it was going to look like the Silicon Graphics game. I mean, meaning making the game look like the first arcade game of Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct in Nintendo 64 was nowhere as cool as it was Killer Instinct 2 in the arcades. So they lied to us, saying that they're gonna have a fantastic engine and stuff. And I was an arcade boy. I was always an arcade man, right? I mean, if you put me to what it was my favorite time, I used to spend a lot of my time in the arcades. So for me, having a homemade port of a game that it looks closer or similar to the arcade hits was fantastic. And when PlayStation came in and started to actually bring, for example, all the Capcom fighters into the PlayStation, or even Sega Saturn brought a lot of arcades. Like, fuck me, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I wanted all my life, right? And Nintendo 64 dropped the ball. And then, I don't even mention how the GameCube also was such a piece of shit. In general, they just wanted to keep... also, one of the things that it was backwards mentality, and also the decision that it brought me up. And in a way, that changed history. So let me just quick rebound. Have you ever heard, you guys, of the Super NES CD? Have you heard about the Super NES CD? For the ones who don't know, the Super NES CD, it was a project that precisely was going down with Sony. And They even released a demo of Final Fantasy VI, who actually look a lot like Final Fantasy VII. They released the videos. Exactly. Super NES CD. With this system. And it was in conjunction with Sony. I guess now you understand what's going on. They made the first release of a 3D Final Fantasy VI demo or video. You can search for it. Final Fantasy Super NES CD. And it looks extremely close of what you guys know now as Final Fantasy VII. So Super Nintendo became, of course, old school, backward mentality, bullshit that they always do, and rejected the project. They dumped everything. Of course, Sony was like, well, you know what? Fuck you. I'll take my CD technology and I will make my own console. And here we are, Sony PlayStation. So yes, schadenfreude for them, because they happen to create one of the best consoles ever made. Yeah, and so yeah, that's, I mean, me as a kid, those are the decisions that were deal breakers. And yeah, they fucked up big time. They fucked up big time for that. Because they dropped the ball. They were the kings. In the Super NES, they were the kings. Anyone wanted to have their game ported in the Super Nintendo. 3D parties, even though they were treated like trash, they were still wanted to have their game ported. They still wanted to have the game ported in the Super Nintendo because it was the most popular. Even though the Sega Genesis was a great console, the Mega Drive was a fantastic console and stuff, the Super NES was reigning supreme. And everybody wanted to have their port there. And there you go. I still have a lot more. Ya andan, sí, ya vete a dormir, Sumo. No te doy. Muchísimas gracias por venir, te agradezco mucho. Descansa y pues aquí te esperamos a la siguiente. I mean, Sega's a hit and miss, but I still have a lot more respect for them. I mean, considering all the bullshit I did for Streets of Rage remake, right? But that's more for, I will give them this more to Sega of Europe. Sega of Europe were the one who behind all this bullfuck. So for me also, they can eat a fat fucking cock. And they can choke on it for much if I care. But in general, I still have a lot more respect for them than the Saturn. They could, for me, they should have waited a little bit more than Sega 32X, which was a failure. They should have holded more a little bit on the Saturn. Wait, and then perfected the Sega Dreamcast. Because if you guys may know, Sega Dreamcast is one of the best consoles ever made. The Sega Dreamcast was beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful things, and it was so ahead of its time. But yeah, they I don't know, they weren't patient enough. And well, you see the results. I mean, you can still see that I still like Sega regardless of all the shit I did for remake, because I still play the Yakuza games, and I still play Outrun and all this kind of stuff. So yeah. But anyway, this is another stuff. Guys, I'm gonna have a little pause. I will be back to stream again in a few. I want to have dinner since I am not working in a way. I'm kind of hungry, so I'm gonna have a quick dinner, and I'm going to be back a little bit more later. I mean, I finished this stage. I will continue with Coney Island actually, or maybe inside the Ninja House, which actually could be the actual Ninja House from Captain Commando. So I'll be back a little bit later. Do whatever you want. I want to be maybe like a little half an hour or so, and I will be back again for another stream. Yes, save your work, fuck yes. Yeah, it's been already saved, but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys, and I'll see you in roughly around half an hour or an hour. So see you guys later.